Welcome to another Monteforte Law webinar. I am attorney Mike Monteforte. I'm excited about what we're going to be able to bring to you today and about our guest today. Right now, we're still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we are getting lots of different questions from our clients. They're calling, they're emailing, asking about different things. Who's up and running, who's not up and running, what's open, what's closed. And we've been getting lots of questions lately about in-home care, and is in-home care still available right now during all this craziness? So many things are closed and shut down. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring my good friend and colleague Michelle here today to talk a little bit about her company and what they offer, and explain the precautions that they're taking to make sure that in-home care is still provided. So Michelle, thank you so much. If you want to just tell a little bit about yourself and about your company, maybe how you got into it, I think that that'd be something that my clients I know would be interested in. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Attorney Monteforte, for having me here today. I'm so excited to be here and speak with your clients. My name is Michelle McNall. Hello there. I am the Business Development Manager at ABC Home Health Care Professionals in Wakefield, Massachusetts. We are a private home health care agency that is headquartered in Wakefield, Mass. We also do have 2 satellite offices in Gloucester and in Lawrence as well. That's our newest one. And what we offer is pretty much anything that you need to be able to remain safe and independent at home, we're able to help with that. So whether it's something as simple as companionship and someone who would run out and do your errands and do your shopping, a homemaker, which is someone who would come in and do laundry, help with meal prep and cleaning the home, or something like a home health aide where that person would be able to help you get out of bed, get showered, help you go to the bathroom. And then also we have skilled nursing. We have in-home modifications. So for those who are getting discharged from the hospital and maybe they need some grab rails installed, we have that as well. We also do medication management because, after all, we have a lot on our minds, right? And who can't benefit from a reminder to take the medication that you need to remain healthy? So we have that as well. And like I said, anything that you need to be able to remain safe and independent in your home, we can help you with that. A little bit about me and my background, actually. So I was working at a medical device firm in the marketing department, and I absolutely loved it. It was great. It was fascinating, but I have always had a passion for helping seniors because I have a very, very strong relationship with my grandmother, my nanny, whom I loved very, very much. I did lose her in 2008, and it's been so difficult ever since. But I figured the best way to help her legacy live on is by me going out there and helping folks that really need my help, which are seniors, right? Seniors need help. They need advocacy, and they need passionate folks like myself and my team members at ABC Home Health Care. And that is truly the driving reason for what all of us do. It is just to be able to help someone with their quality of life, make it better, keep them comfortable, and really help them stay in the place that they want to be most, which is at home.
Right, and that's something that clients of mine know, that I am a huge fan of in-home care, because that tends to be one of the biggest concerns, if not the biggest, that my senior clients have is that they want to be home. That's their safe place. That's where their memories with their family are, and almost to a T, every client that I have, they want to be home as long as possible. So services like yours that are available to do this, I think are awesome. And it's funny, you and I kind of had a similar road to this field, because I didn't start out saying I wanted to be an elder law attorney, but I got into it because of my grandparents to try and help them, and realize that I enjoyed it. And that's, how I ended up here. And I know your office is in Wakefield, which My clients know that's where I grew up. And I know you've got the 2 satellite offices. As far as geography, where you guys cover, are there particular towns or counties or anything like that as far as places that you'll be able to send workers to help?
Sure. So certain areas are easier to staff, but the main bulk of our business is in the Metro Boston area, Merrimack Valley, the Cape Ann communities, and basically, the whole belt from north of Boston all the way up to the New Hampshire border. And we also do the Minuteman Senior Services area as well. And that's something that I do want to point out. We do have an option, whether it's private pay, someone wants to privately pay for their services, or if someone is getting some funding from a local ASAP, which is an aging service access point, like a Mystic Valley Elder Services or North Shore Elder Services, which is now the Elder Services of Merrimack Valley, Minuteman Senior Services, and beyond. I apologize, everybody. That's my dog. He just wanted to say hello.
No,
that's the beauty of working from home, right? So,
so since you brought that up, let's talk a little bit about that, because we're in the midst of this whole mess with coronavirus and all of us having to change the ways that we've kind of done business and the way that we deal with clients and the way that we meet with our clients. I know you guys are still able to offer the services now that you always have. How has the way that the services that you offer, how has that changed as part of this whole craziness with the coronavirus?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the great things to take away from this is, while there might be many things that are shut down and on lockdown, in-home care is not canceled. I repeat, in-home care is not canceled. We have been able to, continue our business. We just take the extra precautions, which come from the CDC guidelines. So what's happening now is that we are pre-screening every visit. So making sure, whether it's our worker that's going to the client or the client themselves that's having a worker come, we just call with a few questions. How are you feeling? Are you experiencing any of the following symptoms? And just having a quick conversation like that to just make sure that nothing has changed in someone's health history, or just to make sure that they don't think that they've come in contact with the virus. And again, that's on the client end and on the worker end, because we don't want anyone to be compromised. Luckily, we have not had to deal with that yet, having a COVID positive patient client. But if we did, we have everything that we need to be able to help that client when they go home. Our workers, they have the personal protective equipment. So they've got masks, they've got gloves, they've got robes, they've got face shields if it comes to that. So we are prepared. They have been trained on what the proper protocol is for disposing of those gloves and those masks and such. So yes, that part of the business has changed. That's not what we normally did. We didn't pre-screen every single visit, but we want to keep people healthy, right? That's what we're in this business to do. Right. So we're also doing a lot of telehealth, which is great. When we talk about technology, I know it's really challenging for some who aren't used to it, but whether it's something like we're doing here, Mike, where we're just talking face to face over the computer, if you will, or if it's just having a nurse call you and have a phone conversation, if you're more comfortable with that, we're still able to get the job done and to help you and service you, however you feel safe. And something that's really, really important, people, they'll say it to me all the time. Oh, well, I didn't think home health care would still be going out right now with everything that's going on. And I'm like, are you kidding? That's what we're here for, because especially right now where seniors really shouldn't be out. They shouldn't be at the grocery store. Granted, I'm very, very grateful to the grocery stores and pharmacies that have put in place that, early hour just for the 60 plus individuals. But realistically, we want to keep people in their homes because we know that this is an airborne virus, so we don't want anyone taking any chances. But we have shoppers that will go out and run the errands for you. And for those who are really, you know, particular and might not want any contact, we do have non-contact shopping as well. But our homemakers will go out, they'll run your errands, they'll take your list, they'll go buy everything you need at the grocery store, they'll help you put it away. Or like I said, if you don't want someone coming into the home, but you need to get your groceries, our homemakers and shoppers will go out and do that as well. They'll just get your groceries, leave them at your front door. So realistically, you are in the driver's seat and you get to say, this is what I need, but I'm concerned about this and that. And we're able to walk you through how we can help you. But we are taking extra precautions just to make sure that, you know, we're doing what we need to do. And an important thing too is management is on the phone and on calls a couple times a week with the Home Care Aid Council and, you know, CDC. So we're constantly on top of this and incorporating any guidance into our protocols to best serve our clients.
That's great. And one of the things that when clients call me and ask me to make recommendations, the reason why I can always say, you know, that I'm comfortable recommending you guys to clients is because I know that your staff has been trained to deal with this. Whereas, you know, you can have these other fly-by-night operations that see an opportunity and to kind of jump in and don't necessarily have the proper training and know how to deal with a situation like this. Whereas, you know, seniors are at high risk during this time. And I know that your company and that your workers, that not only are they caring, but they're trained to know what to do and how to deal with this. So if a new client, someone that you haven't done business with before, reaches out to you to see about getting something started for them, how does that process work? What are they going to encounter when they first call? And just how does it go, you know, to get kind of this all set up?
Absolutely, Mike. Well, the good thing is it's very simple. And I feel like in today's world, things that should be simple aren't so simple. But at ABC, we try to make it as simple and straightforward as possible. So what someone would do if they were interested is they would call in, they would call the main line, they would talk to one of our amazing client care coordinators, and our care coordinators would ask them a couple questions, you know, like what their name is, where they live, their age, and just kind of ask about, hey, so why are you calling today? What is it that you would like information on, or how can we help? And so they just have an organic conversation like that over the phone. And what would happen from there is there would be a free nursing assessment that would get set up with one of our licensed RNs. That's really important. So you are seeing a licensed RN for each assessment.
Okay.
Some people send client care directors. We're sending licensed nurses that are going to know exactly what you need. So once you get that set up, the nurse goes out. It can either be in your home or, again, because of COVID-19 and the impact that it is having, our nurses are, you know, trying to incorporate that telehealth into that as well. But they will conduct the assessment. And then from there, we're able to get you scheduled. It would be, you would talk to the finance department, sign the contracts, and they would walk through that with you. And then you can get on the schedule. And the beauty about home care is you, again, are in the driver's seat. It's what you need. So if you want 2 hours a week or you want 24/7 care, because we do that. We do live-in caregivers, and a lot of people love that program. But regardless, it's all up to you, and we're able to accommodate that.
One of the things too that I think, and I know you and I have talked about it before, but the fluidity here is that you recognize that people's needs can change over time. What they
Absolutely.
need today might not be the same thing that they need a month from now. And you guys are able to customize a plan for a particular person, but then adjust that if that person's needs change, you know, going forward.
Absolutely. That's a very easy thing for us to do. So, you know, if someone starts right now during COVID-19, right, and says, all right, I'm just going to start with some shopping because I don't want to leave the house. Great. We do that a couple times a week or whatever you need. And then, oh, geez, you know, it's really hard for me to keep doing that laundry that's down in the basement. Well, you bring in a homemaker, and that person would be able to help you with that, maybe help you with meal prep or whatever else that you needed around the house. And then as time progresses, if you are starting to realize like, oh, geez, I'm having trouble, getting around the house or getting in and out of the shower, things like that, we're able to adjust that too. So that's the beauty of working with ABC and establishing a relationship is, start off small, and then you've made that connection that is able to grow with you and evolve with you. Because when you enter the home care world and when you start your home care journey, that doesn't mean that that's what you're going to get for the rest of your life if you need that or want that, or so we're able to help grow with you. But the important thing is that it is never, ever, ever too early or too late to start a relationship. Because like I said, as small as it is, whether it's running errands or whether it's someone doing 24/7 care or nursing visits or whatnot, we are able to help.
Now, Michelle, because you are talking to people that are on your staff and that are going in and visiting and taking care of seniors at home every day, are you hearing anything either from staff or from clients, anything going on right now, especially with all the COVID-19 going on? Anything that you're hearing that people need to be on the lookout for, or advice that you think would be especially important right now, to seniors while we're all, kind of dealing with this?
Absolutely. So one of the top things that I would like to mention, I do not want to be negative, but there are scammers out there that are taking advantage of this time. We're alone, we're in our homes, or we just have limited family or whatever. A lot of people right now are craving this one-to-one contact. And especially for some seniors, even if it's a complete stranger on the other line of the phone, they're just happy to talk to that person because maybe that might be the one person that they talk to all day.
Right.
And what's really important to know is that if anyone is calling you that you don't know, that's unexpected, that's asking you for personal and confidential information like your Medicare number or Medicaid number, or your social security number, or if someone's claiming to be from the IRS or from the government and they have your stimulus check, please don't fall for that. You should never give that information out to anyone that you are not sure of. And if you're questioning it, just say, oh, sorry, gonna have to call you back. Call your doctor or call someone and say, hey, should I be giving this information out? Because I'm going to tell you, no one needs to know that information unless you're expecting that call from your doctor's office or, another professional, a professional department. So, please don't fall for that. There are also, especially right now, because so many people have lost their jobs, there are scammers, they're really smart, that will even pretend to be a family member or a distant cousin or a grandchild and say, oh, I'm in so much trouble, I need you to wire me money, it's really important. As much as it will tug on your heartstrings and it will be hard to do, you just have to say, I'm going to have to call you back, hang up that phone, and maybe call someone who might know, oh, is this person okay? Is so-and-so okay? Because the last thing you want to do is be caught up in a scam at this time. And another thing is be careful when it comes to relief funds, right? And aiding, raising money, fundraisers, because scammers, they prey on that as well. So something that's really, really helpful to consider here is, we've all made mistakes at some point in our life. And when a senior makes a mistake by falling for a scam, they feel really bad about themselves when they shouldn't, because it can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter just because of your age, but they feel really bad about themselves. And then they feel some sort of shame that they can't tell their family, oh, I spoke to this person and now I don't feel good about that. I shouldn't have done that. But the great thing about having someone who's a home care worker is a lot of times these folks will go in there and, just out of conversation, hey, have you talked to anybody today? And the client will say, yeah, I did, but it was a really weird call. And that's something that our home care worker would be able to tell us, hey, something weird happened. We can get on that. We can inform the necessary family members and make sure that we help someone if they do think that they have been a victim of fraud, or if they didn't know how to proceed with that, we can tell them what to do the next time it happens. So again, home care workers are like the eyes and ears. They should be looked at as like a best friend and an extended part of that family, because they're in there and they are able to help family members and friends who can't get in there to see the individual themselves. And another thing, going back to the point that you had said, our home care workers, we're prepared. We have what we need to go into these homes and be safe. Like I said, personal protective equipment, we have it. And also we have the training. A lot of people think, oh, well, I can go hire someone, on a care.com or hire someone privately and bring that person in, but you don't know if they have training. 9 times out of 10, they don't. It's just someone, and I'm not saying that, private workers aren't great, because I'm sure there's some wonderful ones out there, but especially at a time like this, you don't want to take any chances. An agency can be your best friend. And just to turn the conversation positive, one of the great things that we're hearing is so many people are happy that they still have their workers going to their homes, because it's that time that they have with them. They wind up laughing and having a conversation. And for that 2 hours or 4 hours or whatever it might be, they feel safe, and our workers will feel fulfilled as well, because they'll say, oh, that was really great. Because anyone who is in this business to be a homemaker or a home health aide, they're in this business because they care.
Right.
They want that relationship with their clients. Maybe they need that one-to-one interaction just as much as the client might. Sure. So that's something really to take away from this, is that, a home care worker, they're there to do a job. They're there to help you remain safe and independent at home, but they can be your friend.
That's awesome. I love that. Michelle, I love what you do. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of home health care and of you and your company in particular. At the end of this, we're going to make sure we put up your contact information, your phone number, website, and all that. If you want to just give your phone number out now, and then we're going to put it up at the end anyway. And anybody that's just might be listening while they're driving and, isn't going to necessarily see that end screen, what's the best phone number for our clients to reach out to you?
Absolutely. It is 781-245-1880. That is the main line. And like I said, you call the main line and you will speak to a client care coordinator. And of course, you can always call that number and say, I'd like to speak with Michelle, and I'm happy to take calls as well. But the client care coordinators are really the ones that are going to be able to have a useful conversation with you, help you get set up as soon as possible. But I'm always here as a resource to answer any questions that someone might have.
Okay, that's awesome. So like I said, we're going to put your contact information up at the end of this. I've urged in the past and continue to urge any of my clients that either are looking into this for themselves or for a parent to reach out to you. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of you and what
Thank you.
And so, I'll continue to sing your praises, but we'll make sure that your contact info is up at the end of this, so that anybody, especially now, again, that might not have known that you guys are up and running and rolling through all this, you are, and now is the time to, especially if you're home and in quarantine and maybe have a little more time on your hands. This is the time, like you said, it's never too early and never too late. So I think, it's just a great time to
exactly. And I think that goes for a lot of things too, right? Not just home health care. The fact that, now is the time. So luckily your clients that are going to see you, they've already taken that first huge step. That is amazing. They're smart. They did that. They're planning. Home health care is obviously part of that mix as well. If they need help at home, I'm sure you have everything set up so that they're able to, bring in a home health care company. So it's just really now is the time to plan. If you're not already getting home health care, give us a call and have a conversation and see what, see what we're all about, see how we can help you. And likewise, if there's anyone watching this that hasn't made the first step in speaking to an elder law attorney, but really thinks that now might be the right time, it is the right time. So call Mike, Get yourself set up. And of course, we're always here. And another thing that I do want to mention about home health care, just as like a closing thought in my mind, is home is the safest place to be right now. It is. And so that's why we're here. That's why we believe in so much of what we do, because we're able to keep people home. And, if you think about how different things could be during this crazy time right now, if you were not at home, if you were somewhere else, maybe you wouldn't be able to see family members or friends because, places have to have a stricter policy on who they can let in and out of the facility. So, but when you're at home, you control who can come in and out. It's great that a lot of people are being, very cautious and saying, okay, sorry, I can't have, visits from the grandchildren or from my children or from friends. But at the end of the day, if it was really an emergency, you could have folks come into the home. So just like our home care workers would be able to come in and help you, it really is all about the client being in control and saying, hey, I understand I need a little bit of help with this and that, but there is a company that can help me, and that company is ABC, and we would just be delighted to meet you and help you through whatever you need.
Awesome, Michelle. Couldn't have said it better myself. That is great. Thank you so much for this. This was super informative. Like I said, we'll have your contact information at the end for anybody that wants to reach out to Michelle. Please do so. Again, now is the time. I think this is great. Michelle, thank you so much. This was awesome. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And I hope to hear from you all soon. If you have any questions, I'm always here. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.